Y'all, today we're working on our cooling system and we are installing tons of new hoses.
More importantly, this work marks a time on our 1965 Clark Cortez motorhome that we have all waited to see.
This cooling system is our last mechanical job.
That's right. When we got our retro relic, we created a list of mechanical jobs that we needed to do, such as replace the starter motor, restore the brakes, lubricate the choke, replace the alternator and battery, fabricate an air intake system, fill grease cups and replace bushings, change the transmission oil, replace the fuel pump, rebuild our carburetor, replace the clutch cylinders, treat the fuel tank, complete an engine compression test, replace the speedometer cable, spark plugs, auxiliary belts, shocks and bump stops, change the engine oil, filter, and oil pickup pipe, replace 2 ball joints, and the job we just completed, replace the engine valve stem seals, which leads us here to servicing the cooling system. So mechanical issues that arise after this should only need adjusting and fine-tuning, which is why I say this is our last planned mechanical job, because we should be done buying and replacing parts.
You've been with us this whole time, through this whole journey of disgust and dirt and grime, and we want to say thank you, and we made it. Like, this is our last mechanical job that we're gonna do before moving on to something else that should be hopefully much more cool. Let's get started.
Okay.
So are you finally ready? Let's dive in. This is Andy, and I'm Elle, and we're overhauling an antique RV before seeking our greatest adventure yet. You can come along too, so subscribe and roll up your sleeves because there's a lot of work ahead.
This. Well, that explains a lot. This is our top radiator hose. Let me show you how disgusting these hoses are. So this is inside our top radiator hose. You can see there's a lot of rust and build up in there, a lot of grime. This guy is our bottom radiator hose. I actually had to cut him to get him off, but you can see how the rubber's all like gross and horrible and brittle. We've got brand new silicone hoses. They should hopefully last a bit longer, and we get rid of a lot more joints, so we should have a lot better system. This is our thermostat housing. As you can see, it's really rusty and horrible. We have got this nice shiny new one. I'm not really a fan of chrome, but this should be a lot better for getting rid of the old grime and stuff out of the engine. Oh. Well, at least it's sealed. I think that might need a hit with a hammer.
Ew.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
Well, I wasn't going to replace the thermostat, because this isn't actually an old thermostat, but I think a new one might be a good idea. We can flush out the system without a thermostat in. It'll actually be quicker to do it like that, because we don't have to wait for this guy to open. So we'll get a new one of them, because there's no point in cleaning that up and putting that
No. What is this inside of it?
Oh, that's old rusty coolant. So hopefully some clean deionized water, radiator flush, run it, and we'll get a lot of that cleared out.
Oh my gosh, it looks like a jewel. It's our first bling for the Cortez.
That's it, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
just want to like stare at it. We should get see-through engine covers just so that I can like look at how pretty it is.
Kind of makes me sad of how disgusting the rest of the engine is. And now we need to assemble our first new hose. We need to replicate this guy. That angle there looks pretty good. Okay.
Look at him.
Yeah?
So beautiful. Okay, which one's next?
We're going to do this guy next, but I think it's going to be so much easier if these aren't in place. So this is one of our old heater hoses. He's very stiff and brittle.
Out with the old and with the new.
So the next one we're going to replace this guy. Awesome.
It's starting to look so beautiful.
I know. Got all these labeled as to what's what. This is D, and D went from here. Goes to this first hose. Wait, hang on.
No, let's not remove the stickers.
No, I'm not removing those stickers. I think it went like this. I tried to be organised. I was hoping to impress you so much with this.
I felt really impressed in the beginning, and then now I feel more scared. Are we looking under here for that? Well, here's something over here.
No, they're the 2 heater ones.
Okay.
Which is why I think the confusion's come
Well,
from.
here, let's call it A heater, right?
Well, it doesn't matter because it's A up. There's no A.
And this is a heater?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This is
Okay.
This is the issue.
D went from here to here.
Yeah, but there's no other outlet of D here. There's this guy and this guy, but I've just got B, and then I've got C for him and A for him. Either way, if we're just bypassing the heater, all we need to do is connect this hose to this hose.
All right, so we did another hose, but it's just a temporary hose.
So this is water coming in or out of the intake manifold.
And it goes all the way around too.
Either in or out of the water pump. They'd have fed the heater system. We're not using it. It's just a neater solution to keep us going.
What are we doing?
Bottom radiator hose.
Okay.
So bottom of the radiator outlet is here,
Yeah, I see it.
and then we've got to get it connected to this guy. See him?
Yeah, it's not gonna be too bad.
It's not going to be too easy either. There we go. Is that on?
Yeah, that's great. It looks like it is through this.
Can you pass me the 90-degree angle, please? I think we might get away without needing the straight. And there. Oh, look at that.
That's perfect.
2 clamps and a joiner. This is going to be tricky. Can we take the radiator out? Sorry. Let's go in. There we go. All done. And it looks great.
What's ahead from here? We fill buckets with water and use radiator cleaners to flush our cooling system.
Drink up, buddy. Drink up.
But the true question is, can we get our Steel Beast to run after months of work where it has, well, it hasn't run?
I'm feeling super hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful.
Just so you know, there's much more than you see here, but that's our next story.